Alright, so we're up and we managed to get back in. We're going to be playing a lot of Final Fantasy today, and maybe some Genshin later because we got some stuff to do, but majority of the day, Final Fantasy, we got a lot of stuff, story, and some leveling to do. Okay, so I get what he did. He reversed it. Since folks tend to kill everything before they get it, like they could move. Just move the boss instead. Okay. But he moved it way far though. Yeah, that was definitely smart. Oh man. I'm gonna have to remember to dump all these armor pieces I've been sitting on from running dungeon. I need to dump them for tickets. They're piling up. I'm in B, so I'll go down the middle. I guess I get to stand right here and look pretty. I guess the tank didn't pull his section. Come on, grab that drum. Come on, space them out, space the rocks out. Why are they about to all drop in the same spot? Oh my god. And try to go further, because this thing's gonna break them. Got a bunch of people dead. See? More people dead. The placement on these rocks is ridiculous. That's how you know the content's old sometimes, because people stop, you know, they forego the fucking mechanics and just try to burn through everything. As soon as you start moving, we need to get to our platform. Get to our platform. Get to your platform. You're all gonna die. That's not us. That's... Oh, we got it. Pull them off the center so folks can see when they need to move. Alright, move, move, move. Oh, there we go. And there goes my crystal. And the level up. That was a good run. Alright. Let's go dump these armor and stuff that I got holding on. Alright, I think we're starting right here. No, so I need to spin. I think that clears up all of that. Ooh. that's what it is. It was meant for the bard. It was supposed to be for the gun break. Alright, got it. That's on the dancer already. Gotta put a mask on. It's COVID. All right, let's. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't know how to. Let's see which one. Okay. Save and apply. And also that's 10. I'm gonna lock that. I'm gonna lock. Alright, cool. "17 minutes. While that's queued up, I could probably get some story done. Alright, I'll be reading the main story quests as usual. You know, because it's especially in no voice. Alright, so in spite of the obstacles we face, our plan proceed apace. Just a little further and we'll reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we are to discuss a course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking Ishtola and Graha to join us in that building to the northeast of the camp? Alice and I will meet you there. Boom. You cold? Acting like you cold. Look like you cold. A meeting, yes. I'll make my way over once my head has cleared. In truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with a palpable aura of maleficence. This the monstrous tower on the horizon. Jagged, hideous, unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the Tower of Zot, only far more terrifying. Ether flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of unfathomable power. For a blessing, the constant chill in the air is helping to anchor my senses in the here and now. Tell the others I shall be with you in a few moments. We're 50 in line with 18 minutes until we can get into this main story quest. Now, that's good and dandy, but I mustn't neglect the fact that my wife made me breakfast. So give me a quick second. Ooh, marmalade. All right. Let's get back to it. Grahatia. You'd be pleased to know most of the tempered have been quartered inside the nearby buildings and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel no small amount of guilt for commandeering civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time that has clearly passed since, one would expect to find them ransacked. Strangely, there are no signs of anything having been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled at the first sign of trouble, though it seemed to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. Although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting? I will make my way there. Thank you for informing the others of our meeting. When everyone is here, we will begin. Hopefully they got voice.
Our present situation is as follows.
Yes, voice.
Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city. For therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinists will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
Estinian is so negative
In
sometimes.
any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
Leaves
As
you
a
with
matter of
guard
fact,
duty.
I have
Why
something
my
else in
guard
mind
duty?
for the two of you and Alphino.
Okay, cool.
Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields. I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
Gods be good. If it's this cold with Tartaru's clothing, I dread to think how we'd fare without it. I must remember to thank her when next we meet. It makes me realize, too, that while the people of Galmard have spent their whole lives in conditions like these, even they'd be hard-pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them, and quickly. Emmanuel, what ho, chums? Been given something to do, have you? As it happens, I too have been ordered to make myself useful. In other words, he ain't got shit to do. Sounds like a rather tall order. And since you asked, where to scour the Eblem rhyme for survivors? What? Wander around ice fields on the off chance you'll find someone? You take forever to finish the job without the benefit of my expertise, or more specifically, my telescope. Come, friends, I know just the spot to begin our search. I'll probably regret this, but we may as well humor him. And I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing. Or maybe it's a cow. Not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? Ah, no. Just a wind sprite. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see over here? Over yon hillock? What? There's no mistaking it. That's a girl. A survivor? Show me. Oh, it popped. Over there behind the tree, it looked like she's running away from something. Though surely it's not us. She wouldn't even know. Damn. I guess we started back right when we get back out. Damn. I swear, Praetorian is like the hardest place to get. Got an hour left on my food, so Pull them all, pull them all. I like this tank. He got stunned right there. Pull them all. Thank you. Oh yeah. See, I blew that up. I did that. It won't work because I'm aggroed. Sure. We'll open that door and went in. That was disrespectful. I hope they like knocked down. Yep, he's about to be murdered over there. Yep. That was poor decision making on your part, buddy. You almost got handled. Don't worry, there is a cannon. He's probably gonna shoot at me because I'm fools! If you're resolved to die here, you might as well have done so without making a mess of the place. Ah. You just thought we wasn't gonna get through the shield, is what it is. Clear them out. Do not, yo, I dislike folks like that. Look at that. They're running in. Thing's not dead. Alright, it's locked. Oh, still didn't notice me. Come on, black man, send it. Still didn't notice me. They still got one over there, but nobody is fucking picking it up. Like, why? And that person's just standing right there. Oh, we just standing around, bro? What kind of shit are what are you up to? See? That's what happens when you don't kill them. They wait, they hang about, and then they come inside. See, they were still locked on to that tank. Let's see. All right, let's get through some story before I queue up for another thing. I guess we gotta read this all over, innit? I spy with my little telescope a massive sheep thing, or maybe it's a cow, but not what we're after either way. Is that an ether current? Oh no, just a wind sprite. Other than that, it's all snow, snow, snow. But lo, what do I see over yon hillock? There's no mistaking it, that's a girl. Let me see. A survivor, show me. Yes, over there behind the tree. It looks like she's running away from something, though surely it's not us. She wouldn't even know we're here unless she had a telescope like mine. All I can tell is that she's wearing a pale green dress, or rather a rather fetching one at that. She'll be long gone by the time we get anywhere near, but we should be able to follow her footprints. I'll let Lucia know where you're headed. Oh, and take these warming tinctures with you. The poor girl must be chilled to the bone, if not on the verge of freezing to death. That's actually very thoughtful, thank you. But won't you need some for yourself? Oh, no. I'll be fine. As a man of chivalry, my honor demands I do no less. And lest we forget, the very reason we are here is to protect those in need. Now go, and Godspeed. Now to go find Cinderella in this green dress. Pretty sure that thing's gonna want to find me. Or not. Footprints in the snow. What is that move? And when did I unlock it? Oh, that's where the knock R was. And what is that? That's no rose I've ever seen before. Overgrown rose. We're getting closer, I'm sure of it. At first we thought she'd gone inside the building, but the door doesn't look to have been open in some time. She might still be nearby, so we'll keep looking around here. Then again, it's also possible that she ran right past this place. Would you mind searching up ahead? Sure. Give me the hard work, don't ya? She probably got ate by one of those wild roses. Weird looking things. There she is, behind the tree. The girl in the green dress anxiously surveys her surroundings. Were you to call out to her from this distance, it might attract wild beasts to her location. It would be safer to get closer first, but you must do so without drawing her attention. Easy. Sneak, 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 sneak. Follow the girl from a safe distance. The objective will end in failure if you are noticed. Make use of covers such as rocks when approaching her without being seen. Similarly, the objective will also end in failure if you fall too far behind. Should you fail to complete your objective, blah blah blah. Got it. Yes, yes, yes. You're imagining things. Ah. Boom. Still in one piece. Oh, I followed you. Who are you? Stay back. This house is packed with explosives. Take another step and I'll blow this place sky high. Please, we just want to talk. I'm Alphino. This is my sister Alize and our good friend Wanda. We have no intention of hurting or taking anything from you or anyone else. I give you my word. We and our comrades have come to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. Aid? You savages are the ones responsible for all of this. You did this to us. We didn't. I promise you. One of the other reasons we came was to find out what happened here, in fact. The Telefuror are the ones to blame. They're the ones who laid waste to Garlemald, and they won't stop until they destroy the entire world. They're the enemy, our enemy. On our way, we encountered Imperial officers who has been made their thralls. Those poor souls are now in our care, and we are striving to cure them of their affliction. You're the first person we've met who wasn't already enslaved. How were you able to escape the Telefuror's influence? Are there any others like you? I'm sorry, I don't mean to overwhelm you. Let's start with introductions. Can you tell me your name? My name is Licinia. As for how I've managed to stay sane, I've been asking myself the same question. Ever since that night and the roar, that terrible roar, and then the screams, I was screaming too, I think. I'm not sure, I can't remember. Then came the silence, everything was still. It was like waking up from a nightmare. I thought that maybe the fighting had stopped, so I stepped outside. If your hells are real, I saw one that day. I ran past friends, people I had known all my life, eyes vacant, dead, staring at the sky. Others were mad and violent. I saw them struggle with soldiers, but didn't stay to watch. I fled as far as my legs would take me. Do you have family here? Is this their home? No, this is Victor's spoil, a mansion for retired soldiers, or it was. But now me and a few others are, borrowing it. As for the explosives, I was making that up. I just wanted to keep everyone else safe, and I didn't know if you were this. The truth is, our supplies are running low. You said you are here to help. Can you? Of course, whatever assistance we can provide, we will. Thank you. I better tell the others first, though. Wait here. This is everyone. The Senate says you can be trusted, but these are desperate times. We'll be fools to let foreign troops into our home. Having said that, were you to provide us with means of heating the place as a sign of goodwill, perhaps we could take you at your word. If that is too much to ask, then leave us be. Time to put my firewood gathering skills to use. Could you provide the spark with a little magic, Alice? We'll have a fire burning in no time. May we build it under that gazebo. The what? Oh, you mean the board. Yes, yes. Do as you will. There's something off about her. Sorry, I'm still finding it hard to come to terms with all that's happening. Now that you're here, though, I'm hoping things might change for the better. You know, I've worked up quite a sweat from all that running about, so I'll leave space around the fire for the others. As you can tell, they're in a far worse state than me. We were planning to look for somewhere warmer or with more foods, but they're not going anywhere until we nurse them back to health, which I don't know how to do. Is there anything you can do to help them? They got music? Oh, there's a radio. I was about to say, these mans got music for real? Alright, let's go. Alpha note. I can treat their frostbite and their wounds, but it will take time for the fire to do its work. Now would be a good occasion to make us use of Manuel's tinctures, the ones that can warm the body from the inside out. Would you make sure everyone gets one? But tell me, have you heard all of the city? Though calling it that seems absurd after what's happened, it's nothing but ruins now. The few buildings still standing offer no more than meager protection from wind and snow. Food production, water purification, the magitech that sustained us has come to a grinding halt. What machina that remains operational cannot be run for luck of cerulean. Of course, cerulean engines is full of the stuff for all the good it does us. No one here knows the first thing about extracting or refinement. All is well, yes? Never better. Oh, what sweet libation is this? Is it poisoned by any chance? No. Ha. 'Twas a joke, ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ah. If I laugh, 'tis that I may not weep. So sad the poet. And alas, my tears would freeze on my cheek before they fall. We are the blessed damned, to bear witness to the fall of the great empire, while our brethren lie dead or live on as puppets of flesh. First come the war, then came the roar. When morning came, Garlemald was no more. In a cacophony of gunfire, explosion, and screams was our beloved capital razed to the ground. From the rubble rose the disheveled remnants, their lavish refinery cracked in ash as they shuffled mindlessly towards the palace, each bearing a fragment of stone or metal, an offering perhaps to the architect of our destruction. A hopeful few tried to reason with the range, only to be beaten for their kindness. But I knew better than to plead with the horde. I fled with my health, if not my conscience preserved. Now I wait with my fellow cowards for our final judgment. What do you want? A tincture. May as well drink it, I suppose. It's a radio. You don't have them where you're from, I take it? We use them to listen to messages sent by others, even over great distances. There are different types, but this model is by far the most popular. Made with quality components crafted with the finest ore. Sourced from Locus Amonis it is. Not all that useful since the capital fell into ruin. The people at the broadcasting station must have either fled or ended up like all the others. Because all we've been hearing is the same music being played over and over again. Home beyond the horizon, an ode to the brave men and women sent to reclaim our ancestral homeland of Locus Amonis. We may have founded an empire in these frozen wastes, but we always hope to take back what was once ours. 'Tis a solemn reminder that though we must suffer great hardship, better days will surely come. Despite everything, I believe that Emperor Virus yet lives, and that he speaks to us through our radios. It was a cunning strategy, faking his murder. He must have foreseen this catastrophe and chosen to conceal himself, that he may one day make his triumphant return. Yes, yes, I'm sure of it. Emperor Virus would not be defeated so easily. Can't believe it. Bunny boys. No, thank you. What's that? So this is what you gave the others. Thank you. I'll save it for later. Actually, I have a few things to ask you. Are you part of the group staying in Laterum? I saw Legatus Virgilius' troop heading towards the Magna Glaciers a few days ago. Are they the ones you encountered? Camp Broken Glass, you call it. And Virgilia and her men are all there now. So how did you reach the Magna Glaciers? Did you cross the mountains on foot? Airships, then there might be a way to. Licinia, where is everyone? Is something the matter? A voice from inside you say, you must be imagining things. Everyone's out here. Perhaps a baby amnesty has found its way into the house. It wouldn't be the first time. Without the soldiers to scare them off, wild animals have been roaming closer to the settlements. Some have been known to attack people too. I heard a voice. Don't be fucking trying to play me. Alright? I've just had an idea. If you and yours are strong enough to defeat alligators, then surely a few bees shouldn't pose a threat. You're trying to get rid of us. If you've a mind to continue helping us, you could head to the other side of the lake. There's a small group of tappers living there. People whose job was to extract ceruleum. They still do, from what we can tell. I've already tried asking if they would share their fuel with us, but they're not willing to give it away. They want food in exchange, lots of food, and that's something we don't have and can't get on our own. On top of that, to even reach their den, we'd have to make our way past all those creatures. Would you be willing to go in our place? We only need enough ceruleum to last until the others are strong enough to travel to our camp, to your camp. If the offer still stands, that is. Oh, and I don't expect you to give up your own supplies, but there might be another way to pay the tappers. You best watch out for baby amnesties, yep. Yes, of course. If I see any, I'll be sure to shoo them away. To reach Tapper's Den, you'll have to cross the lake. The ice is thick enough to support a person's weight, but if you'd rather not take the risk, you'll need to take the long way around. Finding the entrance can be a bit tricky, too. So it's easier to just look for someone standing guard outside. However, you decide to head there. Please be careful. Huh. Maybe I could follow the pipe to the right. Shit, where's this crystal at? Is it on the ground or something? Screw it. Let's go do what we came here to do. Stick to the quest. See the doorway. There's nothing up there. Hello, who goes there? How did you find us? What do you mean I stand out like a sore thumb? If the purebloods over at Victor's Spoils hadn't given away our location, you'd never have found us. Those stuck-up assholes thought they could come waltzing in here demanding ceruleum with nothing in return. Ha! Look like the boots on the other foot when the capital is gone to shit. So they've resorted to sending you to negotiate. I know your game. Sell sword if they think they will give in to intimidation. They've got another thing coming. Oh, come on. Now what I came here, no. I didn't come here to fight, just come here to talk. There you are. Just after you left, Licinia asked me to go and catch up with you in case you needed a hand. Someone must have let slip that I've a little experience in transporting barrels of ceruleum. So this is Tapper's Den. Well then, after you. Who are you? What happened to the guards? They pick a fight with me and they're sleeping now. Eorzeans and rebels here to save the people of Garlemald? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why in the hells have you passed up this chance to put those Imperial bastards to the sword? Let me guess, none of you are Garlean. You were brought here from other lands. Yes. Garabania, Yangsha, Baja, Damaska, to name but a few. Some dragged here against our will, others fed bullocks about a better life, all put to work extracting ceruleum. All given the esteemed title of An. Place us firmly on the bottom rung of the ladder. But the old hierarchy means nothing in the new Garlemald, says we. About the only thing that's escaped more or less unscathed is cerulean engines. Still, sustaining us, even with our paymasters out of the picture. Yep. We hear you're experts in drawing up ceruleum from the bottom of the lake. But how can you do that if it's frozen over? Ha! Wouldn't you like to know? Trade secrets, I'm afraid. At any rate, it's not as if ceruleum is used for much these days. What with the city in ruins, we take enough to power our heaters and save the surplus for later. And though it helps stave off the cold, it does sod all about our hunger, unless we can trade it away. Speaking of which, be sure to tell your contingent we've got ceruleum by the barrel full. If they're interested, we'll exchange it for whatever provisions they're willing to spare. We can certainly ask, but if you're all free to go now, why carry on living here? Free to go? Go where? Even if we manage to go back to our homelands, there'd be nothing left for us, thanks to Empire. And the knowledge and skill we acquired working here would be practically useless outside of Garlemald. So we're staying for the time being. Long as there's a need for ceruleum, we'll find a way to get by, even if Garlemald as we knew it is gone for good. Survivors, man. Gone for good. Regardless of what the Isambard contingent does for the people of Galamond, the Empire itself is already a thing of the past. For many, that would be a cause for celebration, while for others, their whole way of life will have been turned upside down. After all the atrocities committed by the Empire in the Empire's name, perhaps it is for the best that it is consigned to history. But what of the ordinary people, their lives, their stories? Should they be forgotten too? I suppose there'll be plenty of time to ponder that later. For now, let's see about getting some ceruleum. Jarek is amiable to making a deal. Alright, let's make a deal, Jarek. So you've come seeking ceruleum, have you? Yep. We need it for our city. What? Those purebloods up at Victor's Spoil sent you? To turn to their enemies for help. They must be more desperate than I thought. Then again, Licinia's got her little sister to think about. A sister? But we only saw Licinia and 3 men. It's possible she died from whatever was ailing her. If she needed treatment, I doubt there'd be any way to get it around here. I may have refused Licinia at first, thinking she'd come back with something to exchange, but I can't spare them a bottle's worth of ceruleum. Consider it a reward for introducing me to the rest of your contingent. Be sure to send them our way, you hear? I can't for the life of me think why Licinia would keep her sister a secret from us. But we can ask about that after we've delivered the ceruleum. Come on, let's hurry back. Oh, they're on my kill list. This isn't right. It's too quiet. I would have thought Alphino would still be treating them by the fire, but they're nowhere to be seen. I'll look inside the house while you search outside. They can't have gone far. Let me guess, Alphino is tied up somewhere. They asked me to help carry supplies, but when I followed them back here, they attacked me. Caught off guard forced me to defend myself. I fear they fired rather worse than me. You can't fool us. We know what you're about. Vultures, that's what you are, waiting for the wings of us to show weakness. Then in you swoop. Here to help? What rot? All a ploy to make us lower our guard. Let you in, put ourselves at your mercy, put us in chains, seal our land, get your revenge. Not even. You're wrong. That's what not what any of us want. Sick sister. Away from you and yours, and if you think I'll tell you, you're a fool. I'll never give up my people. Her sister is ill. The empty bottles prove it. So the medicine ran out, or she put it in our pockets to make it easier to carry, or to avoid the sound of clinking glass. There are beasts everywhere. How could you let them go alone? To protect them from you. You invade our homeland, tainted with the same sorcery used to slay our countrymen. Our guardian should sooner die than suffer the insult. Better for them to flee, keep their purity intact, than be corrupted by your vile magics. We were waiting for a chance to free them since the moment you arrived. This is getting us nowhere. I cannot say how Lucina and her sister will react when we find them, but find them we must. Go on without me, both of you. I first need to tend to my hindrance and theirs. I'll join you in the search later. Alright, be careful. We'll do our best to find them quickly. Can you fly? I want to fly. There's only one path out of here, so that's where we'll start. They're trying to go get to the airship, probably. 2 sets of fresh footprints. Young women, judging by the size. This is definitely them. Come on. The trail stops at the frozen lake. Perhaps they chose this route so that not to leave footprints. I can't think of any other reason. Look at this place. It's crawling with beasts, and I can only imagine how hard it must be for our alien sister to cross the ice. We could really do with Alphina's health, but we can't afford to wait for him. Let's split up and look for clues. That sounds disgusting. You sound disgusting, Rose. Probably up that walkway that I went, and they were right there. I say they went up on that section that I went up, and there was nothing up there. Probably. Oh, it's not even in the circle. Wet paper half buried in snow appears to be a flyer for a theater group. Collection. Self. So I'm probably gonna see it. Southwest. Oh, so it's up on that thing. Fresh blood. A rural trail of blood leads southwestward. Oh. North. So it's up on that thing. I'll look for that later. The two bodies are already cold.
Blood trail. We found one. They were attacked.
No. Why? Why wouldn't they?
Safer to brave the wilds than trust in our magic. We should have... I should have... We can't leave them like this. We have to take them home.
What if we're only making it worse?
Maybe we don't belong here, but neither do they. Not out here in the wind and the cold. I heard the story about Varus's voice from beyond the grave. Of course, I didn't believe it, but Licinia and her sister did. Perhaps there is something to the tale after all. I want to understand. So I'm going to borrow this for a while, if that's all right. You had every reason not to trust us. We came as trespassers, invaders. But I pray that in time, we will be more than that to you. That we will find a way to help your loved ones. And see that no more children are left to freeze alone in the snow.
There must have been something we could have done, but what? Should we have never come here? Would they still be alive if we hadn't? Probably would, but they'd be close to dying because they're freezing and no food. They would have been tripping, like losing it. Probably start eating each other. We have already caused enough harm here. Let us return to the camp before we cause any more. As for those inside the house, we should send someone to take care of them. Someone who isn't us. All we can do for now is make our report to Lucia and do everything in our power to prevent further tragedy. So let us linger here no more. Come. Need to hit up the Chocobo stand. Oh, that's a gemstone trader. You know what? I say nothing. No, tell me blah blah blah.
Thank you for your report.
They got a voice. Let's go.
We shall inform the troops of these developments and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we learned?
As you may have already heard, we have succeeded in curing the members of the Populares, Maxima identified. They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's Third Legion clashed with the First, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their shining city into a battleground. Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps. Neither side would be so mad. Unless something or someone inflamed their animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a hand in it. No evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly. Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varus Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varys giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
This sounds awfully familiar.
We have something to show you all.
Varys spoke to them through this radio. Perhaps it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it. While it is likely more by coincidence than design, these devices might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal, then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall. Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to ask him questions.
I think we do.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
I am Lucia Junius, a Temple Knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Iulus Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths. If it is supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the two of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe not a chance to make things right, but a chance to make them better.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
Couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourself accordingly. Your servitor takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred in particular will be worried sick if you've gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. Are you and the children ready? I will explain the route once we're outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, I will judge it as an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. I would expect nothing less. If you have our full cooperation. Let's go. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, then follow the road until we reach Limino Station 4. Children in the lead, I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alize and he's Alphino. Last but not least, there's Wonder. Wonder, where have I heard that before? No matter. Alphino and Alize will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. I was in line about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter, run towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creature bar the way, we go around them. Sure. Bruh, there's a fate in the way. And it's gone. Let's go. Yes, yes, no to the attention. All right. This is it. Oh, man. It went too quick. Let's make sure I can read. Good. It looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. North of the station is Rugier Domerum, one of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. They'll tear us to shred if given the chance. Keep close, no wandering off. Understood? Understood, sir. From here, we'll be heading northeast. Keep to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straight forward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen. Aye, they spared their own, but slaughter the rest without hesitation. Though we'll try to avoid detection, the chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you're to fight them off. Understood. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stab their guide in the back, I will not take the chance. With that said, let us proceed. Alright. You know what? I see why your comrades chose you. Julius, our contingent has a cure for the afflicted, or temperate as we call them. Your people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would simply force them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They are beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. Bro, why they keep ending up in... Continue onward. I meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before, only out of a desire to remain undiscovered, and that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. Look at what they have become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Those exposed to a vast quantity of primal ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it, now that you have seen these monstrosities for yourself. Perhaps you will think twice before speaking of a cure. Well, the ones that are not fully transformed yet, we can try to fix them though. We're almost there. You have kept your side of the agreement, so I will keep mine. This way. This is Tertium, one of the Galmon's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I will be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. Theodora. so that crystal is underground. That is my first priority. Hit that crystal. Not talking to any of y'all till I get this crystal. Not responding. Why? See what I'm talking about? They're shutting down the crystals. Why is that a thing nowadays? Alright, let's talk. Hopefully they got a voice. It's plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed, and if Julius was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supply must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold, much like Victor's spoils. It must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices while you may be here as my guest. The others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive over there. Imposing commander.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion.
The First? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our Emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye. In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and Empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. But after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are so many people who just don't care about making you suffer. And maybe that's almost insulting after all the suffering you feel the world has subjected your people to, but believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here, and all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want, what you hope for.
So much blood has been shed, so much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together to face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you if you cooperate.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
What are these?
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock. Stop. Keep away from that one. The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch. No. If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for? You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be. You will be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
So we came in peace and got captured. Collared. Nope. I'm gonna go hit this lookout. So before you ask, no, I do not have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. And if you try anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So, do you truly intend to speak with the others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey Lord Quintus, if that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'll be watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, trying to trick our people into turning their coats and the like, those shock collars will be the least of your worries. Understood? Understood. Though we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly, let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of their situation. And above all else, don't use magics of any sort. You, on the other hand, may go wheresoever you wish, even outside the camp. I know full well I couldn't stop you if I tried. But do not forget, if you do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alphino and Alizé will pay the price. I'm here to talk. You came with Julius, didn't you? Well, whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off that aetheryte. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess around about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Gallians, for Gallians. Could teleport all over in the blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the aetheryte's power to keep this place lit, though that comes at the cost of its normal function. So it's just a bulb now. This radio is the same model as the one used in Vector Spoil. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Let me talk to you. I know who you are, the so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smirk off your face. By the blood of our fallen compatriots, I swear I'll... Ugh. Oh, you're hungry. I got food. I got food. Plenty of food. Damn. Toward the sutras. Oh. Of all times, the worst of the lot within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the third bleed in us, we'd be the end of you. Virgilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape, took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar, the terrible roar. The capital was in chaos, but we were spared. If you can call it this a mercy, mind intact but body broken, a soldier in name alone. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could, murderer. Yo, Junkmonger, what you got? You're not selling nothing to me. Alright, Mender. Oh, shoot, for real? No fixing the gear, no doing... Alright. So cold. This young soldier is on the verge of losing consciousness. Octavia. It's you, Wonder Chick. I serve under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. You and your adventurers, you killed them, my comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozens as though they were nothing to you. And maybe I am too, just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until my countrymen return. Until you get what you deserve. Mark my words. Bruh. Y'all don't think what y'all was doing is bad? Okay. Did you learn anything of note? Yeah, we learned a lot. Then your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is a precious there is precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me attend to them? Sure. I'll help you. Who's there? My eyes. I can't see all that well. Ah, thank you. The numbness has subsided a little, but I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. These people need food and ceruleum. So those you met fare no better. I was afraid you would say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies. Quintus may have made his feelings on the other hand, on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in position to refuse help. Maybe Julius could persuade him, though we need to persuade Julius first. Okay, Julius. Well, seen enough? Yep. Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept some stored away in the event that they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work, and we have a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greater concern, though. We had some ceruleum set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees, or one of the afflicted, for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Everything will change. Yeah, you're going to die. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you can do to interfere. So there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard's words, loyal servants of the Telefuror. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stand in its place. We'd identified the seat of the enemy's foul. We realized Lord Quintus dispatched a messenger of the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructing them to join forces with the provincial legions to prepare for a combined assault on the Telefuror. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be set running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we will bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. Did he agree to it? Nope. He will not place Garlemald in the depth of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Very well, after all, many ends make light work. You lot are more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instruction to the letter. We depart shortly. I think right here I'm about to take a break, cut the stream, or just play offline. I'll probably start streaming again once I get on Genshin. But for right now, the story is that, like, you know, it is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna cut the stream.